this, I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, Shuck. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. You look at this Saints defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense. How do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He's got it to the 43 here. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And the big difference in the ballgame, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defenders certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Play action, Shuck. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his 1st punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the last drive, the 1st drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
41 yards rushing for him now on his first 2 carries of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go. Turn. Cougar 19.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete to DK.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
This is 2nd and 8. To the air goes Daniels.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Come on. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
To throw is Daniels.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mustang 19. Ready? Go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
18 Cardinals. Ready?
Daniels looking to throw. That's caught. Downfield, it's Lane. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Lane,
his second touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they've got it as we resume action.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together.
Off the bootleg, Shuck with it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Shuck.
He's going to take another shot here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 54 yards.
And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Let's go now.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
79 Broncos.
Now Daniels. That's caught. Krosky Merritt with it.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Daniels. The short one there, caught by Likely.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
To the right side and caught by Settle.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Now a toss left for Pacheco.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. To throw now, Shuck.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Now Shuck. He'll get that complete to Vele.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the run game. Back to the ground. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 74 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Daniels. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Calvin Austin,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
He lets it go deep for Olave. Oh, that is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Shuck. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Now Daniels going to keep it.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Isaiah Likely
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
To throw is Shuck. He lets it go deep for Olave.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with career touchdown number 60.
And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ball at the 23, second and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Shuck now to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Cowboy 80. Lightning 18. Go.
Play action, now it's Daniels. That's going to be caught. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Chimere Dike,
23 yards for the touchdown.
and the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3rd and 2.
He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 40-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
There's Chris Olave. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line. Off the fake, now Shuck's going to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here's Shuck out of the shotgun.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back now here on EA Sports.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To the air again, here's Shuck. Again, it's Johnson.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked up by Trey Amos. And the Commanders will take over here at